Hello everyone, welcome to my first Unity tutorial, and today I will be showing you how to make respawnable game objects, say after you destroy something, shoot it, or whatever you want. First, let's make a game object. We're going to start with a cube. So this cube, we're going to destroy by pressing a button. And then we're going to have a timer that after a certain amount of time it'll respawn. So first we have our box collider and a mesh renderer. Those are the two main components for the box interacting with the world. So when you deactivate those, you cannot see the box or collide with it. So next we're going to create a script. Alright, first of all, we're going to get the game object. That's the cube. And now we have access to the cube's functions. And then we're going to make a bool. This bool will tell us when to make the cube invisible. So if deactivate is turned to true, we want to make the cube invisible. In order to do that, we need to do cube.getComponent. We're going to take the mesh renderer Alright. We're going to enable it to false. And then we also need to get the box collider. Enable that to false as well. Now we can say else if deactivate is not true. You can just copy this line, paste it in here, and change false to true. And bam. Now you have control over the cube. Now if you want other scripts to access this statement here to turn the cube on and off, I'm going to turn this into a public static bool. And now we can go make another script which will destroy the cube when we press a button. Okay, well, Unity froze up and I had to restart it, but that's okay, we're right back where we want to be. So now in the cube destroy script, we're going to, no, actually we don't need to do that. In the update, we want to get an input, so we want to say if input.get key, I like using get key, get key down, keycode dot sco, left click, and now we just need to get the boolean from the other script, which would be cube respawn dot deactivate equals true, just like that. So now whenever we left click, it will despawn. So now we have the destroy script, the respawn, and in fact we might as well in the respawn script throw in the timer. We're going to create a float, call this time 0, and then another float. I'm going to call this time finish. So this will be how long it'll be till it respawns. We'll go with 10 seconds. And then down here, say if deactivate. Oh, that should be true. Deactivate is true. Then we're gonna add to time by multiply it time.delta time. That way, after 1 second, it would have added 1, because that's how time.delta time works. It keeps your variable multiplying by the same amount of time as in the real world. So that way, your 10 seconds, if your game is running at like 30 tick, won't last. I forgot what I was saying. I'm not doing the math, but you get the idea. So we're adding time plus equals 1 times time.delta time, so 1 second. And then if time is more than or equal to time finish, then we're going to say deactivate equals false, time equals 0 so that it resets, and I believe that's it. And now all we have to do, in fact, if you want, it'd probably be a little less organized, but you could actually move this into that loop there, and that would work the same. Space it apart a bit, call it timer. Now, on the cube, you will attach, actually no, you don't want to attach it to the cube. You can add an empty game object, and you can call this the event handler. I know there's one that's already built in when you create a UI element, but I'm just gonna name it this. And I'm gonna throw in my cube destroy and my cube respawn. And then I'm gonna drag the cube to the cube game object script. And now, when I run this, if I left click, boom, disappears. I'll wait 10 seconds. And there you go, it's respawned. Now I can also show you how this works in some of my other games that I've made, or I should say projects. I haven't finished any of them. This is the game that you've seen in my first video. Let me actually scripts. Let's do rock break, because the rocks and the trees have separate scripts for defining how they break, and because they have their own break animations, and they have a respawn timer built into them. right here. Just like what we have in this other script right here. Respawn timer. And so I can actually change how long it takes to respawn, which alright, that is actually in here. Click on this. Here's the respawn time. It takes 2 minutes to respawn. Could change that to about 10 seconds. In fact, I had to fix this rock here because there are 2 I accidentally placed. Alright, now when I go in, say I go up to this rock, break it, wait about 10 seconds, boom, now it has respawned. I can walk on it because it has a collider. I break it again, I can walk through it. It no longer exists. I find this very useful because you don't have to create some kind of complicated script that logs where, say, the position of each object is, and when you go to respawn it, it doesn't have to make another game object. All it does is makes the game object completely invisible, and you can even move it around from there and have it show up in different places. So that is how you make a respawnable object in Unity.